You know, I never ever wanted to be a teacher in my whole life. Growing up, I remember my sister would be like, let's play school. And to me, that was like playing jail. I didn't understand why we would do that. And I went to college in Alaska as a fisheries biologist. I came back to San Diego on the way to grad school. And my best friend talked me into getting my teaching credential. And I started doing that. And then he left to go become a sheriff. He's now a lieutenant. And I stayed and became a teacher. And for never having wanted to do it, I absolutely love it. I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. It's like I tripped and fell down a hole, but it's a diamond mine. You know, it's such a great profession. I love it immensely.
What made me go into teaching was ever since preschool, I kind of knew that I really looked up to my teachers. And so whether or not they know it from a young age, they pretty much convinced me to become a teacher.
My counselor in high school, Dr. Marilena Ochoa, made a big influence in my life as a student. And so I said, you know, I want to do that for other students and their families. And so that's what motivated me to become a school counselor.
I always enjoyed working with teens because that's what I always did, like all my volunteer work and student teaching in. And I was like, these are the people that are going to be taking care of me in the future. I want them to be prepared. You know, these are our future leaders, our future doctors, lawyers, whatever.
I became a teacher because I felt like I would be able to help students find direction in their own education, maybe find a glimpse of hope with a subject that they were having a hard time with, or just to find someone who was willing to spend some extra time with them to get them through the impasses that they were having. So I was drawn to teaching because naturally it kind of happens and I interact in this way, and I've done this a lot pretty much since my whole life.
I love math. I've always loved math, and I've always loved helping others. And I can remember as a student back in elementary school, I would always finish my work early. I would help my siblings and my older peers. And the fact that I loved helping people out and loved math, I was figuring out a way to merge my two passions.
I always wanted to work in the field of education. So when I was given the opportunity to work in the library, I knew that this will have the opportunity to give a chance to interact with students and make a difference in their lives.
And these guys here, this is all the inspiration I ever need. These guys here make me feel young. Sorry. I just love my students. It's like the best job in the world. I get to watch these guys mature, and you guys keep me immature, which is good. So I don't feel 43. I feel about 27 in my head. So my back feels about 70. But
on a daily basis, I'm inspired by the kids and the interactions. And so in my routine, kids actually come to my room before the school day starts, and we start just talking about life and what's going on. And those normal people interactions, human interactions, is what draws me into wanting to work with the students on a daily basis.
If I can teach them how to work with others, get along, collaborate, be respectful, have faith in yourself that you can accomplish whatever you want to, you just have to work hard, then I think I'm doing my job not only as a teacher, but as a member of our society and giving back to my students. I'm pouring into my students what they may or may not receive from home.
Just knowing that together we're creating laughter and happiness while still learning inspires me to always be on and bring my best every day.
I have a student here at Mar Vista. It's my son, so I would like to give people the same advice that I would give my son, you know, something positive. The type of work I do here in the library, it has a big impact on the students, especially help them, like I said, you know, when they're doing work projects for the different classes, you know, I try to help them to reach their goals. And then this way, it's very rewarding when they come up to me and say, hey, you know what, I got an A. I go, well, good. That's what I wanted to hear.
I can't tell you how rewarding it is to see kids who struggled at the beginning of the year and to see how far they've come at the end of the year. You know, like I had an ELD kid give a presentation who hardly speaks in class. He volunteered to do an extra credit assignment where they had to research how people get water, and he did a whole presentation. And this is a kid who is very shy in class, and to me that says, oh wow, you know, would he do that in another class? Who knows? But to me, it shows that he cares about what I'm giving them as valuable.
I'm not just teaching mathematics, I'm also teaching students to be successful not only in mathematics but also in society. So in order to do that, you have to care about them as a whole, because once they leave my classroom, many, if not maybe most of them, may not become a math major. So I'm not trying to recruit them to become a math major. However, I do want them to be productive in our society.
What inspires me is really just helping my students and their families, working with them, working with a great staff. I'm very blessed to be at Sweetwater High School, my alma mater, so this is home to me. And I have an amazing counseling team that I work with who inspire me daily, who teach me daily and push me to be a better counselor on a day-to-day basis.
It's just great working at Sweetwater. I wouldn't want to be a school counselor anywhere else because this is where I grew up. I grew up in National City. I tell the students, I went to Eltion, and they're like, oh, you went to Eltion Elementary School? And I said, and then I went to Granger, and they go, oh, you went to Granger? And I went here, and they're like, you came here? It's like, yeah. So I just love being here. I don't see myself doing this type of work anywhere else. So I love Sweetwater, and I'm very grateful to be recognized this year. It's an awesome recognition.